Okay. All right, ladies, welcome to today's lesson. We are diving into reverse dieting. Now, this is one of those topics that often gets misunderstood because most people think of fat loss as only cutting calories lower and lower. But what happens when your body adapts? Your energy crashes or your results stall. That's where reverse dieting comes in. Reverse dieting is about strategically adding calories back in after a period of dieting so that we can restore your metabolism, boost energy and performance, and bring hormones back into balance, and also to set you up for sustainable results. And that's what I'm all about. There's no point me guiding you guys through a great fat loss phase and then you just revert back to your previous habits. So this isn't about undoing your progress; it's about protecting it. So think of it as building a stronger foundation, so that when you're ready for your next fat loss phase, if that's what you're after, your body is primed to respond. So you're not starting from a position of extremely low calories. You're actually starting from a much better position. So in this lesson, I'm going to break down exactly what a reverse diet is, why it's important, and how to approach it without worrying about weight regain. By the end, you're going to feel confident about what steps to take and how to trust the process. Now, reverse dieting, as you can see there by the little picture, is the phase that bridges the gap between fat loss and long term maintenance. That's how we protect your results. We keep your metabolism healthy and we give you more freedom with food without preventing rebound weight gain. So, what exactly is reverse dieting? It's a gradual increase in calories after a fat loss phase. Currently, most of you are in the calorie deficit, but the goal is to get to maintenance. So, when you're in a calorie deficit for a while, your body starts to adapt. Your metabolism will slow, your hunger hormones will change, and energy can dip. Reverse dieting is the process of slowly adding those calories back in so that your body adjusts smoothly instead of rebounding. Now, for some people, it might be 50 calories per week. For others, it's 100. And there's also a school of thought that goes, you should be able to go straight back up to maintenance calories, which for you guys sometimes might be more than 500 calories. So imagine if I was to take you from the lowest I would ever take you guys would be from a 1600 calories to 2200 calories. Imagine if I did that to you. I think everyone's going to freak out and they're not going to feel comfortable with that. So I prefer, and I've done this with a number of clients, so many clients, a gradual increase. Sometimes I've had to do it a number of ways. With some clients, I'll do them at 50 calories at a time. Others, I'll take them 100 calories at a time. So when you guys get to that stage, we'll to trial it out. So initially, I would add 100 calories a week, provided that your weight is maintained. So if you start to creep up, then we stop. We just go back to 50 calories a week, for example. Now, why does it matter? It helps. The reason why it is important to reverse diet is because it keeps your metabolism firing. So think of it as trying to avoid having to revert back to your old habits. And I've been victim to the same issues myself, where I've gone, I've got a function, I want to just lose a couple of kilos, and I take myself back to a really deep deficit, and then I've had trouble getting back up. So this is a graduated process, which I'm going to take you guys through. So it keeps your metabolism firing, boosts energy and performance, and prevents rebound weight gain. And it also builds confidence with food freedom. So you are going to learn what works for you and what works against you. Without reverse dieting, many people will go straight back to restriction, like I said before, back into old habits, and will regain the weight again quickly. This approach lets us increase your food, restore energy, and keep your results while giving you flexibility and confidence. So, how it works: we do small calorie increases, we track your progress, and we monitor it long term. So, we'll increase your calories slowly, usually between 50 and 100 per calories, like I said, per week. while monitoring things like your energy, your digestion, your mood, hunger, sleep, and weight. And that's something we monitor anyway throughout your experience on my programs, whether you are an Elevate client, an Elevate lady, or if you're a platinum or gold member. We monitor those things. We're monitoring your energy, your digestion, your hunger, how are you sleeping. So when we start to increase your calories, whether it's 100 calories per week or between 50 and 100, those are the things we're going to be monitoring. So you still need to make sure you're checking in with me, telling me how all those things are going, because it might be a matter of dragging it back just for a week or two, and we might be able to um, limit the effects of the things, the things like energy, digestion, etc. So it's going to be very individual depending on how your body responds to the increase in calories. So again, like I said, some people go straight back to high calories. I'm not a huge fan of that, because I know that a lot of you struggled with me giving you such a lot of food to start off with. It's a matter of building your confidence with eating that volume of food and understanding that your body actually does require that amount of energy being food. So, what I was up to, it's not about rushing straight back into eating everything either. So, the lowest I'll ever take you guys to is 1600. 1600 calories requires quite a lot of creativity in relation to how you build your 1600 calories up. You can build your 1600 calories up with a thick shake and a buttery piece of banana toast, right? Or you can build your 16 calories around volume food, so nutrient dense foods rather than calorie dense foods. So when you get to low calories, it takes a little bit of time, not so much time, but more understanding that the difference between nutrient dense and calorie dense food. So you can have um, there's more than enough calories in 1600 calories to have 3 meals plus snacks. But if you're not smart, you'll end up with only 2 meals. So this is part of your learning process through with me here. um, yes, let's go. Let's continue on. So signs that you're ready. You've reached your goal weight. Congratulations if that's the case. But there are a few other things that might also occur. So, if you're lucky enough and you've been super, super diligent, you've got to your goal weight and you're ready to reverse. Now, a lot of people don't realize that once you get to your goal weight, that's only half of the task, half of the challenge, half of the story. Once you get to your goal weight, if you think about it has taken you to get to your goal weight, you understand that surely, for God's sake, I cannot possibly be living like this for the rest of my life. You may have started on high calories and you're now on about 1600 calories. There's no way that you're going to be able to survive on that. So that's when we start to do the reverse. Now, it might also be a matter of your fat loss has plateaued. We've tried everything. We've adjusted the macro split in your meal plans. Nothing is working. It might be a matter of your body has just become very comfortable at that level, and we now need to challenge it again. We just need to take a couple of steps back to take more steps forward. You might be struggling with low energy or fatigue. You might be struggling with mood, hunger pains, or struggling with compliance. That's what I find a lot of people do struggle with, is that I've been on 1600 or say 1800 calories for 8 weeks and weight's not moving. I've tried everything. I'm now struggling. I can't maintain my compliance. This is a sign that you may be ready for a reverse diet or a diet break. Okay. So these are signs that your body is asking for a break. Sometimes fat loss progress stalls, or it just feels a little harder to stay consistent. That's when reverse dieting can help. And it doesn't mean we're giving up. It just means we're changing what we're doing for a little bit. Your next steps are reverse dieting is part of the personalized plan that you have with me. The best part is you don't have to figure this all out alone. When it's time, I'm going to guide you through every step of your reverse dieting, adjusting your calories, monitoring progress, and making sure you feel supported and confident in the process. So with some of you are at this stage of a reverse diet. You may be with me for a while. I know some of you have been with me for a while, and you're struggling with compliance. Like I said in the previous slide, going back to this one here, some of you might be struggling with compliance. You're getting a bit moody. You want to enter a holiday phase on high calories, for example. And I've done this with quite a few clients. They dieted right back to a weight they were comfortable with. It wasn't their goal weight, but they knew they were going to go on holidays for about a month. So we did a little mini reverse diet so that they could go away with on higher calories and not have to be calorie counting the whole way through their diet. When they came back, we put them back into a small reverse. Sorry, I just had to cough. So we put them back into a calorie deficit when they returned. Okay, so if any of you have any questions after this this lesson, please reach out to me. I'm going to upload this into our portal so that you have it there. But as you get closer to your goal weight, or if you are struggling with any of these symptoms, you've reached your goal weight, you've plateaued, your fat loss has plateaued, you've tried everything, you're really struggling, you're getting a bit shitty with the whole process, but you still don't want to go back to where you were before, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do reverse diet, or we're going to have a diet break. Same, but just a little bit different, okay? So, where are we? There we go. Okay, picking up. So, when you are ready for your reverse diet, or if you feel like you want to have a diet break, for example, you're heading into the Christmas season or Easter season, you know you're going to have some time away, please reach out to me. Let me know. We can make this plan and we can implement it so that you can have a few more calories in your plan.